Well, one of the biggest things in business is this. I want you to create a new identity today. Everything that you've done in business up until now, I want you to treat that as it's been training. But today you are officially starting up your business and you're going to own your business as saying, okay, it is my time, it is my position to go get wealthy. And in order to go get building a team and building a business, you got to find people, right? In our business, it's our inventory is not products that we sell. Our inventory is relationships, right? So the thing that we need to realize is this. We must become master prospectors slash networkers. Okay. We must become master prospectors, master networkers. The reason being is because if people don't know us, they can't buy from us. Would you agree on that, Gina? Yeah. So, and if people can't buy from us, and if people don't know we exist, well, we have no clients, we have no customers. So, in the realm of our business, you can get clients in two different ways. You can go become a professional financial services rep where you are networking, you're getting referrals from clients, you are a social media person where you know how to network and prospect on there. You can find people. You can even find people face to face. So face to face networking, face to face prospecting. You can even do cold calling. You can do what are called vendor events, which that's where you set up a booth outside an event and you just talk to people as they engage with you in your business. Or you can do what is called buy leads, or you could do paid advertising. Now, most people in business, Gina, don't have the money to go do paid advertising. It's not like you can go buy a bunch of commercials or Google ads or Facebook ads or um, put your name on the side of a bench like realtors do. When you drive by, you see the bus bench, you see someone's face there, you're like, call me. The other way is you could go buy leads where there are companies that actually sell leads of people that want life insurance. You could do that, but you're going to be on the phone and you're going to buy and you're going to spend on average to get a good lead probably $25 per lead. And that's probably being generous. So not even a guaranteed appointment. It's a person who has put an inquiry in, say, hey, listen, I want life insurance. And if you sell it, congratulations, you make some money on it. But do you think the first lead you buy, Gina, is going to buy from you or even answer the phone or even set the appointment?
No, absolutely
No,
not.
not at all. No, it's not going to happen, right? Then there are vendor events. I actually am very big on people doing vendor events, which are activities around your community. You say, hey, listen, I just want to set up a table. You make it look nice. You buy some brochures and you just set up there and you talk to people. The secret weapon to those events is just showing up. You have your event, you have your booth there, but that's not really what sells you to get leads and build contacts. It's you actually engaging with everyone around you. The booth is for face value. You're showing up, you're there, but that doesn't get you clients. That makes sense? It's just showing you that you're in the community. Second one is sorry, the fourth one is cold calling. That could kind of go hand in hand with leads, Gina. because if you buy leads, you're cold calling somebody. Then there is face-to-face prospecting. I can tell you, I have probably come close to mastering face-to-face prospecting. That's what you always hear me talk to people around you. That's what we call the 3-foot rule. If you're within 3 feet of somebody, say hello. Hey, how are you? How's your day? Get to know them. Say hello. That doesn't mean you talk to everybody about your business, but you start getting into the conversation and the realm and the pattern and the rhythm of always say hello to people around you. That could be you paying your cell phone bill. That could be you at the PTA meeting. That could be picking your kid up from school. That could be you at the restaurant talking to your server, or talking to someone at the bookstore, someone talking to someone at Target. It's the most random ways to start conversations. But I can tell you, Gina, I've gotten very good at that. And that is what allowed me to get to region vice president, actually. It's because of those relationships I built. The other one is social media. Social media is huge, Gina. I think if we can find someone to master social media, which is so many different platforms, I think we could do a whole training on social media platforms. You know, there's Facebook, there's LinkedIn, there's TikTok, there's YouTube, there's Snapchats. There's a couple other different social media aspects you could use. But guess what? If you're not putting any activity into those, it can be overwhelming. The next one is referrals. When you get a client, you ask for referrals. I think that's probably the place you want to be in, right? Where one client leads to another, leads to another, leads to another, leads to another, right? I think we want to be there. And then the other one is networking. I think that kind of goes in place with face-to-face prospecting. But when I say networking, it's intentional networking. It's where you're going to events and you're actually going out there to meet new people. I would encourage you, Gina. I would encourage you, Stephanie. You should be at every event possible in your city, as much as possible. That doesn't mean you need to be at an event every night, but a couple of times a week, you should be at some new event meeting new people, new business professionals. Okay. That would be the traditional financial services rep. Also, if you were a realtor, also, if you are a mortgage broker, you're going to find these kind of people, right? The other way of prospecting and networking and building your notoriety is branding. This is huge, right? When you think of branding, Stephanie, what do you think of? Like when you hear of a brand, what comes to your mind?
Reputation or like
Reputation. Good one.
yeah.
Reputation. What else?
I feel like when I
Image.
think of the
Oh, sorry. Hi, guys.
Good one, Jade. Okay. What else, Stephanie?
I'm sorry, I lost it.
All right. Okay. And Gina, what about you? When you think of branding, what do you think of?
It's kind of like your, like the first thing, like you branding, very big, I guess, around the holidays. I'm thinking like well-known brands like Nike. You see them everywhere, you
You
know.
see them they're your Nikes, they're your Coca-Colas. Like when you think of Christmas, you think of a cold Coke and the polar bear and the Santa Claus and the red colors and the commercials,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
See, one thing about branding is I want to help you understand this. There's a difference between branding and marketing. There's a difference between sales and marketing. Branding is your overall reputation. How do people know you? When you guys always see Miguel out in the community, you always see the same background. Hey, let me show you how to get your life insurance license. Most of the conversations on Zoom. But if you talk to people in the community, oh, Miguel's the networker. Miguel's this. Miguel's the financial guy. Miguel knows everyone. So what are we portraying when we're branding ourselves? Right? Because I think in your branding, it goes, you're going to start with who you are as a business, but people want to build a brand that they said, hey, listen, every Christmas, my kid has to get Jordans. Or for every Christmas, we have to get this certain type of dessert. Does that make sense? Like when they think of whatever it is that you sell, they think of you. So I want you, Gina and Stephanie and Jay, to put on your hat of saying, I am a professional and it is my duty for everyone to know who I am. It is not my uplines. It is not my vice president's job. It is not my company's job. It is my job for people to know who I am. Now, let me give you a very good scenario here. You happen to work in a financial services company where they have an incredible reputation. How about I can spell reputation? They have an incredible reputation in the marketplace. You do not have to persuade people to buy from your company. You have to persuade people to like and trust you. Does that make sense? And when I say persuade, I'm not talking about convincing. You have to just show them, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is who I am. And unfortunately, we don't have a massive $1 million budget to where you're going to advertise specifically for Gina's Financial Services Company. The way that we build our business is face-to-face, word-of-mouth business. And if you think about it, how many people have you personally reached out to talk about your business in the last 30, 60, 90 days? And if your results are not where you want to be, that is the reason why your results are not where they wanted to be. It's because you have not done enough outreach yourself to get the end bound results. You know, back to Gina, what I was talking about buying leads. What if we hired you today for $20 an hour and you're going to get a bunch of phone calls and you're going to close life insurance every time someone calls in, but you're not going to make the real commissions. You're only going to make the $20 an hour. You might get lucky to get a bonus every month. Or you could take the uncertainty of not getting an hourly paycheck and say, hey, listen, if it is to be, it is up to me. I'm going to work harder. So I will go out there and talk to the people. And when I get the deal, I eat the fruits. You get the most of the money. Which would you rather have, the first or the second scenario, Gina?
The second.
Perfect. So you already have the same mindset. I don't want a 9-to-5. I don't want a job. I didn't come here to build a business to go clock in somewhere else. I came here to build a business. The only way that we can do this is by being committed to becoming master networkers, master prospectors. But at the same time, we are going to become master marketers. Let me help you understand something. There's a sales trainer I follow, and he says the best known sells will outbeat the best product, the best price. If you are known by the more people will buy your product or service. Even if there is somebody better, cheaper, better service out there. Now, eventually, those better service, better quality product will outbeat you eventually, because that's just what happens. But if you work harder than everybody else and the ability of getting people to know your message, you will win here long term. Now, so master prospectors, master networkers, what does that mean? Miguel, why are you talking to me about networking? Well, Networking, if you look at the word, it's net working. I know it's going to be elementary, but you have to put out the net of people to know you, and you have to get that to work with you, right? Do you remember those back in elementary school? You would have those pies. You would do this. It was the Venn diagrams, what they're called. Do you remember those, Stephanie?
Yeah.
And those Venn diagrams is you would have A scenario, B scenario, C scenario, and they would mix in between. Well, guess what? This happens in industries. You will have cross-pollination of people talking about you. Gina, how great is it one day that when you log on to a meeting and you have an introduction, a warm introduction from somebody else, they say, hey, so-and-so, this is my leader, this is my trainer, Gina. She's an expert in what she does. She's helping me replace my income. She's an expert in this field. And she's laid up the conversation to where now you could just go straight to work. You don't even have to try to talk about yourself. You already have the credibility going into it.
That would be great.
So that happens the moment you have that level of authority personally, right? So when it comes to networking, I want you to understand, I want to help you understand this. You will never out earn your, if I can write, Miguel, you will never out earn your personal image. How do you see yourself? This is a big one, Gina. If you see yourself as hey, I'm part-time, I'm trying this financial services company out, I really haven't had a lot of success. I'm talking to people, don't know what to say, and they're really not getting back to me. That level of conversation doesn't speak with authority. But if you said, hey, I've taken the time to get the license, I work with an incredible team, I've got so much support, it's not even funny, and I'm going to become an expert in this. And you have that image in your head before you got to where you needed to be, would you operate at a different level of authority?
Yeah.
That is what you need to do starting today. All right, because you're trying to talk to most of your family and friends about financial services. Well, if you're not getting results, it could be for multiple different reasons. But for the sake of yourself, you are the expert in what you talk about in the areas of life insurance. That's the first thing we talk about, right? You're not an expert in the investment side. You're not licensed for that yet. You are an expert in this field because you've done, you've done hours of trainings. I promise you have more than enough information and head knowledge and information access to you that you could be the authority on that. So today, leaving this conversation today, I want you to walk, put your shoulders back, stand up 5 feet tall, because I know you're 4'11", I think, I don't know. Stand up tall and say, hey, listen, I'm the expert in this field and I'm going to build my business. I'm going to accomplish my goals and this is how I'm going to do it. I want you to remember this. You will never out-earn your personal image. Do you know that the moment I invested into myself, like through personal growth, not just reading books, not just going to conferences, but actually paying someone to coach me, I operated at a different frequency because I invested into myself. I said, Miguel, I don't know what's going to come from this, but I'm going to do this. And I knew for a fact is I'm going to make it happen, right? So I want to encourage you, Stephanie. You are the expert in your field. You both are already licensed. And now it is just your time to go build that business. Okay. So let's talk about this branding. The other one is marketing. How do you market yourself? Do you post on social media 2-3 times a day? I would tell you, you need to get on social media and you need to be posting your family. You need to be posting what you're doing. You need to post your business. You need to post testimonies, as far as like not publicly saying, hey, I helped this client do this. Just say, hey, listen, we were able to help a client with this. Thank God, such and such. Don't give details because compliance, you don't want to do that. But you could talk about what you do. You could talk about the experience and the feeling you get. I don't know about you. I'm pretty sure y'all don't scroll through social media and stories and waste hours. I know y'all are beyond that, but I do, right? It's not hours every day, but sometimes I'll go through my stories and I'll see people's stuff and they're like, oh, they're doing something super cool. I want to learn more about that. I want to see more about that. I want to do more about that. And then eventually what happens is you're just entailed in their life. You're like, wow. You ever done that? You ever just like follow someone on social media and just like, wow, what are they doing?
Yeah.
How about this? Have you ever followed a couple on social media and then all of a sudden you realize they're not posting each other? And then you start scrolling through their social media like, oh my gosh, they're not even friends with each other no more. They're not even following each other no more. And then you start going through that gossip lane. I've never done that, but I see people that do that. You ever done that? Jade, I know you've done that. I share that with you. That's branding. That's marketing. You knew them for this, but all of a sudden you're watching their stories and you're like in their own little soap opera. That's what social media is for you. It is your own personalized commercial to other people's lives out there from your phone, and it's free. Use your social media as a personalized commercial to speak to your audience. When you think of it like that, what does that mean?
You don't have to pay for advertisement.
Yeah, but at the same time, doesn't it just make sense when you look at social media like that? It is your personalized commercial for you to show the world about what you want to show them. I always say this, so people only know what you tell them too. If you're posting negative stuff, guess what? That's what people know you as. But if you're posting optimistic stuff and marketing and good news about your family, your faith, your life, your businesses, that's attractive. That is a form of marketing, by the way, because people are marketing to you every day. People are marketing to our kids every day. If you've ever walked into a grocery store, you always realize the candy is at the bottom aisles, the lower shelves. It's because it's eyeball level for the kids. That's why all the healthy stuff is at top, because the kids don't want it, right? So what type of marketing are you working on a daily basis? There is something called attraction marketing. Now, I want to bring this to your attention, Gina. Have you ever got headshots done for yourself?
I have not, no.
Can I tell you, you have an iPhone, right?
I do.
I want you to go on YouTube and look up how to do headshots from an iPhone. You don't have to go hire a professional photographer. If you have one, Doesn't hurt to have it. But your phone has got a good enough camera to where you can do it. Everyone should have updated headshots. You should always have a professional headshot you should be able to look at to like, oh, snap, what do they do? Not an AI one, by the way. Those things look fake. But everyone should have a professional headshot. The other thing is, what type of energy do you portray? What is your energy like? Like, I see you all on here right now. You're toned in, you're listening, you're taking notes. But what if I was like leaning back and I'm just talking to you like, yeah, hey guys, so low level, but no, I'm fired up and I'm engaged in this. That's the type of marketing that you're going to add to your people's lives. This right here is actually so big as far as let me try this again. This right here, your energy will actually introduce you before yourself will, before you've even talked. Would you agree on that, Gina?
Yes.
See, I want to share this this aspect of networking because I want to come into people skills. So many people are actually blinded on the people skills that they are needed. Our business is a people skill business. If I can be very blunt with you, if I can be very blunt with you, people skills is what I judge people on more than anything. How do you treat people? I don't care about your degrees. I don't care your jobs. I don't care your business titles. I don't care how much money you make. How do you treat people? And it's not how do you treat the people who have something to give you. It's how do you treat the people that you have nothing to gain from or that you don't need. That is the true testament of somebody if they're worth being around. So, people skills. This is going to be elementary, but I want to teach you some stuff. What are some things that we need to work on with people skills? First one, punctuality. If I can spell it, punctuality. That's definitely probably not how you spell punctuality. So I'm going to say, be on time. Dress to impress. This is the big one. Have a fresh breath. Can I tell you how many people I get around and they breath stink? Fresh breath. I have icebreakers around me all the time. I have gum around me all the time. I'm constantly self-conscious of my breath. I want to make sure that I look good. But also, I smell good. Go invest into some cologne, into some perfume. Smell good. Be like that. Ooh, what do you got going on? I like that. Can I tell you? You all should smile. You show them pearly whites. You got beautiful teeth, smile. If your teeth ain't straight, smile anyways. If you're missing a couple of them, smile halfway. No. But I'm telling you, be excited about it, right? And I'm telling you, these are so small, but people miss it. Be a great listener. You don't have to do all the talking. Listen and ask incredible questions. I talk to so many good people and I don't even talk. Like I ask questions. And by the end of our conversations, they know nothing about me. But they love the interaction they had with me. And I let it go. I don't need to hear you out, Gina, and I don't need to one up your story. I don't need to be the person that says, you know, you talked about a vacation. Well, I went on a vacation this one time. Da, da, da. No, no, no. Be quiet. What about this one? Use people's names. Use their name. Now, I want to give you a good way to help you here. If you're a person who says, I'm so bad with names, I'm so bad with names, I'm so bad with names, you have told yourself you're so bad, you've told your subconscious you're bad with names that you immediately forget people's names. So stop telling yourself that you're bad with people's names. I remember everyone's name. I'll give you something that I do internally super fast. Hi, Gina, my name is Miguel, or hi, my name is Miguel. What is your name? And you give me your name. And then in my head, I say, Gina, 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 in my head. Gina, Gina, Gina. And then so fast, I'm trying to use your name back to you. That's incredible, Gina. Wow. How long have you been doing that for? And such a da-da-da. And I've used your name a couple times. I promise you, eventually they've already forgot your name. Isn't that crazy? Now, let me ask you a question here. I'm gonna back out of this part right here. Stop broadcasting. All right. Stephanie, have you ever got to the point where you've had a conversation with someone and you forgot their name yourself?
Yeah.
And you're like, how do I ask them their name? I'll give you two ways you can do it. First one is, forgive me. What is your name again? Just be honest with them. Want to know why? They probably already forgot yours too. Do that until you get good at it. Be okay with being real. You don't have to be the super, I'm ready to go right now, I got everything known. Be okay with not knowing everything. But I will give you an example of what you can do if you forget someone's name. So I want to use a scenario here with Gina and Stephanie and I. So Gina, let's just say you and I are in a conversation, right? And we're at an event and we're talking and such, and I forgot your name. But Stephanie's a friend of mine. Hey, let me introduce you to a really good friend of mine. This is my friend Stephanie. And Stephanie and you need to be in sync. Hey, if I ever do this, I need you to ask them their name. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, my name's Stephanie. And then she says, what's your name? And you say, Gina. Okay, now you got it. That is a way I've had to do before. But now I'm like so authentic. I'm like, forgive me. Give me your name one more time. I'm sorry. I'm like, no, dude, trust me. I forgot your name too. I'm like, okay, we're not bad, right? Isn't that such an easy tool? An easy way to look at it?
Yeah.
But I want to give you one last thing before we wrap up. You all should have a digital business card. There's so many free apps you can use. There's links. There's apps like the Dot Card. There's one called Blink, BLINQ. That's the one I use. There's like so many other different cards. You should have a digital business card where it has all your sense of contacts. You put your website, you put your name, your email, what you do, and keep it simple. So when you're prospecting, you send them your digital business card and you're actually giving them your information at the same time you're collecting their data. That makes sense? So if we now walk with the authority and expression of that I am the expert of my field, it is now just my job to talk to everybody about it. Think of it like this, Gina. Every time you talk to people about your business, it's like that red flashing sign when you're driving by Krispy Kreme. Hot, what's their thing say? Is like fresh, hot and fresh.
Oh.
You're super fit. You don't go to Krispy Kreme. I got it.
Sorry.
Maybe it's just me. But when you drive by Krispy Kreme, it says hot and fresh, big red sign. That means the donuts are fresh. So every time that you talk to someone about them, eventually they're going to get to you about your business. You're declaring hot and ready. Hot and that's Little Caesars. Either way, pizza. Ain't that funny? When I say hot and ready, I think it's Little Caesars. They've done an incredible job marketing. So, what do you need to know in order to talk to people about prospecting networking? There's something we're going to work on in another video. It's called the elevator pitch. You want to write that down. Elevator pitch. What is it that you say to people when people ask you, what is it you do? So many people are so fast to say, oh, I do life insurance, I do mortgages, I do investments, I do this. When somebody asks you what you do, your first thing you have to do is you have to tell them the problem that you solve. I help people with this. Where it leaves enough curiosity, they say, well, how do you do that? And then you give a little bit of detail. You know what? Let's exchange numbers. Let's talk about that at another time. Does that make sense, Gina?
Yeah.
And social media, they call that the hook. Within the first 3 seconds, you got to get a hook. Because otherwise, you're just going to swipe to the next video. But we're not we live in a microwave society, but we're not going to treat people as a microwave. We're going to treat them as an oven. We're going to preheat that thing to the right temperature. We're going to let that thing cook for the right amount of time. It's going to be seasoned with the right type of seasonings, right type of herbs, and we're going to create an incredible recipe of success, which when it comes to networking and prospecting, it's building the true relationships where they think of you for what you do. Now, Gina, it does not happen after one impression. It happens after conversation, after email, text, phone calls, voicemails, social media posts, where eventually, Stephanie, they see you so much. And then when they're at the lunch with somebody and they're having a casual conversation about such and such, you know, you need to call so-and-so. Here's the number. How great would that feel to, hey, say, you know what? I got a referral for this. That's super cool. Thank you for the referral. That would have never happened if people don't know what you did or what you do. But back to the basics, you have to be the one to do the outbound. You have to do the outreach. You can't expect people to buy from you if they don't know who you are, what you do, how you do it. Gina, you heard the phrase, it's not what you know, it's...
You know?
Yeah. It's not what you know, it's who you know. I want to give you another layer of that. It's who knows you and what do they know you for. Who knows you and what do they know you for? If they know you to be a awesome, dynamic business person, congratulations. If they don't, that's okay. You are allowed to reinvent yourself. As we're moving into the new year, don't worry about New Year's resolutions. Worry about reinventing yourself. Worry about rebranding yourself as, hey, I am this financial services rep. I'm going to become a regional vice president. I'm going to build my own brokerage. I'm building a team right now. That is what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about you building the identity inside you personally and said, this is me. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it. I take my stake, my claim, and I'm ready to go conquer the world. The only way we do that, Stephanie, is by truly focusing on relationships first. But if you're not out there talking to people, you can't establish those new relationships anyways. Good. So, any questions on that, y'all?